Hey everybody, welcome to KimmelsIrishPub.com. Time for another movie review. Tonight I'm going to watch the movie called Money. Never heard of it before. It came up as something on DirecTV, and it's also available on Amazon. I try and rotate back and forth if they're both available, so that I'm giving both of those movie streaming services some money and keeping them going. So I'm rotating. Tonight I'm watching it on DirecTV. Money is about two businessmen who come upon $5 million somehow. It says in the descriptions it's ill-gotten, so it's somehow they swindled it from somebody or something like that. I don't know yet. We'll find out when we start watching it. They're about to get away with it, and then an uninvited guest shows up at their house, and it seems like he's going to try and steal the money away from them. That's all I really know about it. It stars Kellen Lutz, is the only actor in this movie that I recognize. He is from the Twilight series, the real big guy in that. So I'm not sure how it's going to be. It's definitely not a popular movie, at least as far as I'm aware. Like I said, we're gonna dive into some movies that not a lot of people have heard of on this channel. So I'll start watching it here, and I'll check in from time to time and let you know how it's going. Okay, again, it's Money. I'll be back. Hey everybody, want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching the movie Money, and we're at the 15-minute mark. So with DirecTV, I can't see the seconds, so we'll just go by minutes for now. IMDb has this rated at a 5.8. I failed to mention that in the opening. So far I've seen 15 minutes, and there's a slight thing that I want to talk about with DirecTV. I love DirecTV. I think it's one of the greatest providers that I've had. Mainly, because they offer the NFL package. But in addition to that, they have a lot of movies and on-demand type stuff. The one thing that with DirecTV is if it's not on demand, you have to download the movie to watch it. And I had, prior to coming down to watch the movie, I had clicked the download button on this, not thinking, but it's downloading in 1080, which is great. It looks really good, but it downloads too slow. So I can't watch the whole movie. I've got to pause it a lot for it to catch up. So that's a little bit of a hassle right now. Shouldn't impact my opinion of the movie, but I wanted to share that little nugget with you on DirecTV. I almost switched over and went on to Amazon because I usually have better luck streaming right from Amazon than I would downloading a 1080p movie from DirecTV, but didn't feel like paying for it a second time. So anyway, back to the movie. Only 15 minutes in, I mentioned it seems like these two businessmen, gentlemen, somehow obtained $5 million, which seems like it might have been some sort of drug deal. They don't say that yet. Well, the one guy does some drugs in a scene, and they said it was a one-time thing, but now the guest to Kellen Lutz, who's the main character, is saying they want to do it. He wants to do it again, and he's trying to encourage him to do it again so they can continue to make this kind of money. As far as the movie so far, that's really just developing the characters, Kellen Lutz and his wife, and then his business partner and his new girlfriend are having a dinner. And so far the dialogue between them is it's suffering a little bit, I think. I think that could use some help there. I think they struggled with at least the dinner scene so far. But now the one character who has shown up to interrupt their dinner party, he says that he's a neighbor renting a place down or across the lake, and wanted to stop in and present it with a bottle of wine and just little introduction, if you will. And he was just about to leave, but then she said, "Come on in." So he is now being introduced to the entire dinner party. So I think this is the part where he's going to somehow come in and try and take that $5 million. You don't know who he is yet or what his purpose is. But that's where we are right now. Continue watching it as much as I can with the download process, and I'll check in a little bit. Okay, hey everybody, thanks. I thought I'd do a quick check-in here. We're still watching Money, and it is at the 51-minute mark. So right now it's more all about psychological mind games between the antagonist character, so the gentleman who showed up at their house to you know, said he was a neighbor. He obviously wasn't. And to back up a little bit, this is not really a spoiler, but as I said, the two gentlemen came up with $5 million. And the way they did it, they work for the same company, and essentially they're selling company secrets to investors. But they did it once so far, and they made $5 million on it. But the person who came to their house as pretending to be a neighbor knows all this. So he knows everything about them, knows about every guest at the house, all four of them. He knows how they have money and everything like that, and he's demanding it from them, you know, threatening them. But now it's now they're all there at the house together, and they're doing a lot of mind games, or at least the character, the neighbor, who he's pretending to be a neighbor, is actually playing mind games with them. So he's given them some options on what he could do. You know, he said if they give him half the money and he leaves, he'll never see them again, but they don't trust him. So they're going through all their different options on what they want to do here in this situation. I do think that I think there's going to be some sort of twist at the end. And I won't spoil it for you when we do find out what that is. I'll just continue to lead you along on the movie. Still, you know, I go back to, I said the dialogue wasn't the best. The conversations that they're having, you know, they're breaking in humor and stuff like that, but it's like inappropriate when you see what's all going on here. It doesn't fit well, I don't think, with the situation. Still, the main plot of the story, I think, is entertaining. The fact that they have this money and he's trying to get it. You know, and the funny part is, like, when you watch this, the person's house that they're at, they're already rich. But evidently they must have lost all their money, and that's why he went into this deal. But so the dialogue's pretty bad. The acting is pretty poor, I think. Just in my opinion. I'm not normally this critical about the movie, but it's kind of sometimes difficult to watch. But just because of those types of things. But you still want to see where it goes. I like the plot line, so I think it's going to be an interesting ending, and you know, I'll continue to watch it here a little bit, and I'll check back in and let you know how it's going. Okay, hey everybody, it's the credits to the movie Money. It has just finished up, and you know, I've been kind of critical about this film throughout all my check-ins, and I think you know, it was pretty bad, to be honest with you. I didn't, you know, as I thought there might be some twist at the end. But it is a complete obvious twist. There's no, like, oh wow, nothing like that. You know, it's a very small twist at the end. It's nothing elaborate or, you know, really stretches your imagination by any means. But you know, it's a little disappointing. I was really hoping that there would be some kind of twist at the end to make this film worth watching. And I would not recommend this film. You know, it was tough to get through. The dialogue was bad. The acting was bad. The plot was interesting, even as poorly as it was being displayed for me. But it didn't. I was hoping the ending would really bring it all together and make it worth watching, and it wasn't. So I do not recommend this film, the film Money. Especially, you know, if you're gonna rent it, if you happen to see it on, you know, later on when it's free or something like that, then, you know, maybe you can watch it. It's only an hour and 26 minutes. But IMDb gave it a 5.8, and I am gonna go ahead and give it a 5. You know, and if you've seen any of my other reviews, that's pretty bad. I know it's on a scale of 1 to 10, and, you know, it can go lower, 1s and 2s. I don't really like to go that far down. But yeah, this is more of a 4 or a 5 for me. It was very poorly done. You know, there's not much more to say about it. So, sorry for the movie review. Didn't turn out as expected. But that's it for me. Hopefully you found this a little bit interesting. If it was helpful in any way, you know, feel free to like my video and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button, and then you'll get more reviews like this when they pop up. But Sorry for the poor movie tonight. Hopefully, you watch this and maybe make the decision not to watch it. But if you still do, that's great. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. Maybe I'm way off base and you really enjoyed it, or maybe I'm right on, and I'll find out from you. So if you could leave me some comments, I'd love to know what you think. Thanks for tuning in this far, and I'll see you next time.